Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wilds coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with his inspirational morning talk. For first-time listeners, I'm on at 8:45 a.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Central Time. That's our time here in Houston, and you can calculate which time zone you're in. But it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, man. And my apologies, I'm behind on uploading to YouTube. I'm about, I guess, a week and a half behind uploading, but I'm gonna try and get some more up today and throughout this week try and get caught up. But yes, it's always on Facebook, and it's gonna get up there. And the good thing with these words, it's still there. If anytime you feel like going back and listening to it, it will be there. So I'll put it up there, and so anytime you're trying to find a particular one that resonates with you, you can always go to YouTube and find it. You can type in my name, go to YouTube, type in my name, Gregory Wiles, and the channel is there. And everything that I did for the last, so it's close to 3 years now, it's gonna be up there. So it's lots of stuff. It's over 400 and something videos. So whichever one resonates with you, you could always go back and look it up there. All right. But today I want to talk about ignorance to the law is no excuse. Ignorance to the law is no excuse. And the whole goal, man, the lady saying good morning, how are you doing? The whole goal, what I'm doing here, I think what God is leading me to do, is to let people know how important these laws are, and don't just take them. These laws are very, very important. And one thing in this story we were going to point out here, and in several other stories that we point out, when we doing something against someone, we breaking a law, and it might be you break a law against me, but it's not me you're hurting. God saying it's you're sinning against Him. So we can look at this in these laws, but these laws are important, man. And I want to point out, even though if you don't know them and you activating it negatively, you can get a negative consequence. That's why sometimes something happened to us and we don't know what happened, and that's why His word also states that. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. Because even if you don't know what a law is, just like you're going down the street and you break one of the traffic laws, or you don't even know what's a law. I don't even know that, like one here with the school buses, I guess it's probably in most states, the school bus, if you want a two-way street and the school bus stop, people from both sides got to stop. Whether you in the same side with the school bus, or you in the opposite side, unless there's a medium in the middle there, you don't have to stop. But if there's no medium in the middle, you got to stop. Sometimes lots of people don't know that, and they still keep driving. Well, the bus is not on my side, it's on that side. They put out the stop sign. But even if you don't know the law, you're still guilty of it. He's still guilty of it. So ignorance to the law is no excuse. And same way the spiritual law works. You're doing stuff and you don't know you're breaking the law, but you're still gonna be, get punished for it. And in the opposite light, you might doing something you don't even know is a law you activating, and all of a sudden you get these blessings. Stuff start to go right for you, and you don't have no clue. I don't know, man. I just get lucky. No, you ain't get lucky. It's laws you activating on the positive end, and you get into positive results. So God is fair. You do it. Negatively, you get a negative effect. You do it in the positive light, you get a positive effect. So that's what we're trying to go. So let's look at this story. I used it before to bring out a lot of different things, but we can just focus on the ignorance part of this law, where this king did not know what he was doing. He thought he was doing the right thing, but was still wrong. God still held him accountable. There's a story about Abraham and Abimelech. Abraham and Abimelech. This is Genesis 20. We can read Genesis 20. Genesis 20, Abraham and Abimelech, right? So now Abraham moved on from there into the region of the Negev and lived between Kadesh and Shur. For a while he stayed in Gerar, and there Abraham said to his wife Sarah, Abraham said of his wife Sarah, she is my sister. Then Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent for Sarah and took her. So we'll go on. Abraham gone to this city. Normally, the king, like all these beautiful women, once you see a beautiful woman, the king, king want them to be his wives, his concubines, whatever the case may be. So Abraham know, man, if my wife is this beautiful, the king might want to kill me to take my wife if I say it's my wife. But if I say it's my sister, normally they would treat you good if it's your sister, and the king would take her, then you get favors with the king and all that. Hey, that's a whole nother teaching we could go into, talking about I saying my wife is my sister and the next man take her now. That's a whole other teaching. We ain't gonna focus on that right now. We want to focus on the other part of it, right? That's what I tell you. This story here got so much nuggets. I could use this to do 10 different teachings or bring out something else. But let's go. So Abraham said, you know what? Tell Sarah, you're my sister. You're not my wife. So I don't want these men to kill me. All right? So let's see. So then obviously, after he says his sister, the king took her. The king took her to be one of his wives, concubines, whatever you want to call her. So let's see what's going on here. But God came to Abimelech in a dream one night and said to him, you are as good as dead because of the woman you have taken. She is a married woman. Like, whoa. Which woman you talking about, God? Which woman you talking about? This man said, this is my sister. How are you telling me I'm as good as dead? And this man told me this woman is my sister. I ain't do nothing wrong. How you telling me I'm as good as dead? Why you punishing me? And I didn't do nothing wrong. If this man said it was my wife and then I took her, well, then I accept responsibility. But he says my sister. All right. Now Abimelech had not gone near her. So he said, Lord, will you destroy an innocent nation? Did you not say it to me? Did he not say it to me, she's my sister? And didn't she also say, he is my brother? I have done this with a clear conscience and a clean hands. Abimelech pleading this case. God, this man said is my sister. She confirm it and say he's my brother. I did this with a clear conscience. I didn't know I was doing wrong. So would you destroy my whole nation because of this, God? That's something I didn't know. Here God answered him. Then God said to him in the dream, he's still in this dream, and we're going to show, I want to hear the next scripture about the dreams. He's still in the dream. Right to want to stress, we're still in the dream. Then God said to him in the dream, yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience. God said, I know. I know you did this with a clear conscience, right? I know you did this with a clear conscience, and so I've kept you from sinning against me. And that's what I want people to understand. God said, I know you did this with a clear conscience, but I kept you from sinning against me. Let me read it and then I explain. I kept you from sinning against me. That is why I did not let you touch her. So God prevent him from sleeping with her, so to speak. Normally you get a new wife or a new concubine in the excitement. You want to go and sleep with her right away. But for some reason, God kept him busy, so he didn't have time to go and sleep with Sarah yet. God said, I know you did this with a clear conscience, buddy. That's why I kept you from sinning against me. Now, how would you say sin against God? This is Abraham's wife. God said, I kept you from sinning against me, and this is why I want us to look at these laws here. God didn't say you're wrong in Abraham, how you could do that to Abraham. I kept you away from her so it wouldn't hurt Abraham, or it wouldn't hurt. No, God said, I kept you from sinning against me. Remember, this adultery we're doing here is God's law. This is not Abraham's law. This is God's law. So let's apply this to our life. Let's say I'm living in Houston, Texas, as I am. Stealing in Houston is wrong, as in many other places. Breaking an entry, armed robbery, whatever the case may be. Let's say a man come in my house to rob me. Gunpoint, whatever he did. Let's say he hurt me, take all my stuff. But he got to answer to the law. He break the law of Houston, even though he came in my house. He broke the law of Houston, Texas. So he got to go answer to the city by breaking in my house. He ain't got to answer to me. Now he got to go, and the judge saying, this is the law in Houston, Texas. You break the law of this city or the state, or whatever, if it's a state law or whatever. So he got to go answer to that there now. Even though it's my house he break into. He's not in front of me. I'm trying him. He broke the law of the city. So God's saying, these are my laws. So even if you do that to this man, so if we start thinking like this, I think we would not get ourselves in a lot of trouble. We realize how bigger this thing is rather than just us and the person we're trying to hurt. It's like unforgiveness and all this stuff. We're trying to get back and get even with someone. But it's not that person. We're breaking God said, you got to answer to me, buddy. It's not about that person. Remember, this is my laws. It's not their laws. I saying don't try to get even. I saying don't send back prayers to send us. I'm telling you not to commit adultery. It's my laws. It's not this person laws. So when you do these things, you're sinning against me and not that person. And if we get this understanding and this thinking, I think it would prevent us from doing a lot of things that we're doing. Because a lot of things we're doing, we think we're getting back at that person. We're doing it to hurt that person. God said it's bigger than that. Remember Joseph's story when he went in Potiphar's house and Potiphar's wife was throwing himself at him? And he said, how could I do this? I cannot sin against God. He didn't looking at hurting his master. See, Joseph understands this. Joseph didn't say, man, how could I do this to my master? He said, yes, my master put me in charge of everything in this house except you because his wife. But I can't do this. How could I do this? Sleep with you and sin against God. Joseph understands this. It was bigger than my master. Yes, it gonna hurt my master. Yes, my master gonna end up throwing him in jail after she bringing a lie on him. Yes, the master can do all of this, but it's nothing worse the master can do to me than what God can do to me, because I understand this is God law I'm breaking. So that's what God telling him here. That's what God's saying here. I kept you from sinning against me. I want to stick up. That's why I want to stress that we need to start thinking this. When we're doing certain wrong, we're sinning against him. And he's saying, I holding you accountable for sinning against me. You could forget about the CT law. You could forget it's me. You got to answer to me. You better be worse. What I can do, my punishment is worse than what the city and what the state and what the person can do to you, right? Let's go on. See, that's why I did not let you touch her. So let me read it back over again. Then God said to him in the dream, yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience, and so I've kept you from sinning against me, God. That is why I did not let you touch her. Now return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you, and you will live. But if you do not return her, you may be sure that you and all who belong to you will die. I'm saying ignorance to the law is no excuse. But God gave him a chance in this dream. Now, he had a chance to say, I don't believe this dream. I wake up just like a lot of us. I just had a crazy dream, but it's intelligence we get into those dreams. Or he could have said, God, you know what? This man told me is his sister. I don't care what his dream's saying. This man said it's my sister. She said it's my brother. I go in ahead and do what I want to do anyhow. But he said, yeah, you got the choice to go ahead and do it. I'm warned. I'm giving you the truth now, even though he lied to you. I'm telling you the truth. And I'm giving you a choice. You could take it or not. Now, God give us free will. But God said, you go ahead and you do it, buddy, you're going to die. You could claim ignorance all you want, but you're going to die. You and all that belongs to you are going to die if you do it. Now, return to my wife, let him pray for you. Same man that lied to you, you got to go and let him pray for you. But the story didn't dwell on that, but you know Abraham got to pay his price for the lie that he told out. So he can get him off scotch-free, but just that this story didn't focus on him, on that. But you know, there's laws again. He lying, and that's another sin. He got to deal with that and get the punishment for that lie. Even though God telling the man, go back to Abraham, let him pray for you. But that doesn't mean Abraham get off free with telling a lie. No, he got to pay for the lie that he tell out. So that's serious. All right? So with that said, I want to read this scripture in Job 33, 14 through 17. He said, for God speak again and again, though people do not recognize it. So God can give us an opportunity to correct what we're doing. If we're going down the wrong path, we're doing the wrong thing. He's going to give us an opportunity to correct it, just like how he did to this guy here. But you come in so much different ways. This message for someone here right now that I'm doing this morning, this might be one of the warnings God trying to get you to do something. This is one of the ways he's speaking to you. You might just go on the next pastor saying something. You might read somebody on Facebook post some scripture that resonates with you. And then, you know, you in a dream you get stuff. But hear what Job's saying here. Job said, God speaks again and again, though men do not recognize it. So God can get to awake. When you awake, give you a lot of messages to turn you. But if you're not taking it in, you're so busy and you realize, okay, they're not getting this message that I'm trying to send them. Here we can do now. He speaks in dreams and vision of the night when deep sleep fall on men as they lie in their bed. So God said, if I can catch you and you're awake and you're so busy, I can catch you and speak directly to your spirit when you're sleeping now. I can speak directly to your spirit because I want to make sure I give you these warnings. I want to make sure I give you a chance to turn and do the right thing, right? So he said he speaks in dreams and vision of nights when deep sleep fall on people as they lie in their beds. He whispers in their ears and terrify them with warnings. He makes them turn from wrongdoings. He keeps them from pride. So he's going to find a way to tell us when we're doing wrong. Well, we got to listen. We got to listen. Abimelech, listen. So let's see what it says. Early the next morning, Abimelech summoned all his officials, and when he told them all that what had happened, they were very much afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham in and said, "What have you done to us? How have I wronged you that you have brought such great guilt upon me and my kingdom? You have done things to me that should never be done." And Abimelech asked Abraham, "What was your reason for doing this, Abraham? Why did you do this? Why did you decide to tell me a lie? Why couldn't you just tell me the truth, Abraham? And then we want to be in here, right?" But here Abraham replied, "I said to myself, there is surely no fear of God in this place, and they will kill me because of my wife. Besides, she's really my sister, the daughter of my father, though not my mother, and she became my wife." Yes, Abraham, she's your wife. Stop trying to justify what you did. You lie, accept your lie. Don't say, "Oh, she's really my sister, and then she's your wife," Abraham. Just stop it now. So don't try to say you tell a half-truth. A half-truth is a whole lie. Mother became my wife. "And when God had me wandered from my father's household, I said to her, this is how you can show your love to me. Everywhere we go, say of me, he is my brother." He did this twice. This is not the first time. He did this again. He said the same lie again, right? "And then Abimelech brought sheep and cattle and male and female slaves and gave them to Abraham. And he returned Sarah, his wife, to him. And Abimelech said, my land is before you, live forever where you like." Abimelech like, "And I'm sorry for what I did, so I got to make it up to this man. God tell me this man's a prophet, I can make it up to him. Take what land you want, just live. Just don't let me see you again. Don't lie to me again." Then to Sarah he said, I'm giving your brother 1,000 shekels of silver. This is to cover the offense against you before all who are with you. You are completely vindicated. But because he took Sarah already as one of his wives, and she was already married, no, he got to make this right in front of everybody, vindicate her, so to speak, like, I release you of all that shame that was wrong. He had to do this now to vindicate her, to make her back clean again, right? Even though he didn't get to touch her. Then Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, his wife, and his female slave, so they could have children again. So next point I want to bring out here, God already had a curse in place. God already put this curse where he made all the women in Abimelech's house barren, because he did something in ignorance that he didn't know. Right? That's what God's saying. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. He didn't have this knowledge that this woman was married, but he still perished in faith. All the women in his household was kept barren. But God didn't tell him yet. But you see, the curse was there. Let me read it over. Then Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech. He healed, so the curse was already there. So he healed Abimelech, his wife, and his female slaves, so they could have children again. For the Lord had kept all the women in Abimelech's house from conceiving because of Abraham's wife Sarah. So God already put the curse on all the women in his house. The curse was already activated. But he said, you got a choice. I can let this curse continue, and none of them women are going to make no more children again, or you can listen to me, return the man's wife, and I can take the curse off of you. But for the sin you commit, this was the punishment. So the punishment was already activated. But I could take it off if you listen to me and do the right thing. Guys, I just want to bring that home, even though he did not know. So a lot of things we not knowing and we doing, we still getting the punishment for it. And that's why we wondering, certain things happening to us and we don't know, and I don't know, it's my bad luck and all of that. It's laws we breaking and bringing out certain things on us. And just in the positive light, we activating some laws positively, doing right, doing good, and it bringing blessings on us also. So ignorance to the law work both ways, work in your favor or work against you. But it's better educate yourself on these laws so you don't have to do guesswork. You can control your life now and have a more consistency and not just things happening by chance. Oh, I don't know why this happened. I just go and this good thing happened. No, I don't know why this happened. It's my bad luck or my good luck. No, we chance everything to luck. No, it's laws. We activating or deactivating. We breaking laws or we obeying laws. It's simple. Simple as that. All right, I'm going to leave that there, guys. Have a great day. And we'll talk again on Friday. Okay, bye.